Meantime, we've got another controversy in our community, and that's regarding whether kids and parents and teachers should be going to school or taking their children to school on Good Friday. Melissa has that story in our newsroom.
Oh, you're right about that, Jose. They're very fired up about a controversy for those parents, for teachers and staff in HISD. After class was canceled for a few days this school year due to weather, the district had to make a decision about how to make those days up. Now class is scheduled this Good Friday, and the decision is not sitting well with some. So lies the question, is it fair for the district to require attendance on a religious holiday? Here to talk about that controversy this morning is educational consultant Ibrahim Farhat. Good morning to you. Also, former educator as well as author Melissa Williams, and of course Gail Fallon, who we know very well, president of the Houston Federation of Teachers. I'm glad you're here to talk about this. All right, a lot of people perhaps had already made plans, are very upset that these ICE days have taken away their holidays now. What are teachers doing about it? What are parents? Are you hearing from them?
Well, we're hearing parents are just not sending their children, which means it's going to cost the district a fortune. Yeah. We had asked them just move it to the end of the year and add on days, and they said no. Problem is, a lot of teachers already had travel plans. They don't all live in state. We've been having to do a lot of recruiting out of state, and it's a problem for them. And probably the most absurd thing, there's a policy that says you have to give them time off for a religious holiday. We have principals that are asking them for a note proving that they were off for a religious holiday. We sent a note back to one of them saying, what do you want, a note from God?
Oh my goodness, or go to your pastor and say, yes, they are a Christian.
Yeah, well, the district yesterday told us they would take care of it, and apparently did.
Is there anything that HISD officials can do at this point with so many people complaining? It's just too late. School's in session Friday, and you just decide what you're going to do?
At this point, it's probably too late. Of course, they still have Memorial Day that they could do something about, because if they think this one's a problem, wait until that one.
Okay, so there was the option to do school at the end. What is your thought of this? Do you feel like it's fair that children have to go and teachers have to go on a religious holiday?
Well, it's not fair at all. It's actually a poor decision, and you're dealing with a lot of absences from teachers, bus drivers, staff, children. So if anything does happen in the classroom that day, they're going to be watching movies. It's going to be a wasted day of education.
And this isn't the only thing that we're talking about. Okay, so we've already talked about this religious holiday. Memorial Day is coming up. They are also now going to have to go to school. Teachers are going to have to be there on Memorial Day. That's a big deal. People make plans for that months in advance as well.
Well, Memorial Day is going to be worse because, you know, it's a constitutional right to observe religious holidays, so you can get actual excused absences for that. But for a Memorial Day, you know, you actually have to go to school. So what HISD should do, if they have the chance to do so, is to take the students to a field trip to the Veterans Memorial and observe at the same time, you know, recognize and make up the school day that way. So our veterans, we recognize them for that day.
That is a good way to see it. But do you really see that happening, Gail? Probably not.
From a budgetary standpoint, that's not going to happen, of course.
From a budgetary standpoint, plus, I think it's going to be their worst attendance day they have ever had, just from what we're hearing from parents saying, oh no, the family has a trip planned. Now, the teachers have a problem on that day because they can't just claim it, and on a holiday, they can force them to bring a note.
Will we see a whole lot of unexcused absences, do you think?
I think you will.
At the end of the day, though, does that really matter? I mean, parents can say, well, you know, oh, well, you got an unexcused absence.
They don't care. What the rationale for the district had for not extending the year was, well, the seniors will already have taken their exams, and they won't be at school, and we'll lose a lot of attendance money because they get paid on average daily attendance. They haven't seen anything until they see what happens on these 2 days.
But here's the thing. If you submit a written notice to HISD saying that you're about to observe a religious holiday, then the district actually will count you as excused absence, and they will still get funded for that day for that one student.
Well, social media is going to be blowing up over this. It'll be interesting to see. Ibrahim, Melissa, Gail, thank you for being here. Good to talk to you this morning about it, and just sorry for all the parents who are having to deal with it. And teachers, of course. We'll be right back.